Welcoming you back to the Motorsport Geek channel, and today, we're going to get pretty geeky. I've got the Reynard 92D, a Formula 3000 car from 1992 that we're going to take a close-up look at. So if you're liking the content, grab us a like, grab a subscribe, and remember, ask us any questions. So let's have a look at the Reynard 92D. So this is it, the Reynard 92D. Just do a lovely sweep over the car to start with, and I must say I do love this era Formula 3000 car. I remember as a small child being at the races watching these. They used to have standalone races actually, not supporting Formula 1, but for those that don't know, Formula 3000 was the kind of precursor to Formula 2, so drivers hoping to make their way to Formula 1 were driving these cars. And in 1992, that series, the kind of notable names that you might know that drove these cars: David Coulthard, Ruben's Barrichllo. The championship was won by Luca, Badoer, and also Alan McNish drove in these, plus a number of others. And what was great about this era was a lot of the drivers did actually get an opportunity to race in Formula 1 that drove these cars. So this one itself, let's start from the front. We've got this kind of classic anhedral front wing. The main aim was to kind of raise the nose of the car to let air go underneath, and kind of we're really starting to develop aerodynamics there. You've got these split part front wings, and this component here could be moved up and down. I'll just get in here, you can see the little points on the side of the wing here where you can move it up and down to give different levels of downforce for the drivers. Relatively basic in comparison to the kind of things we see now, but actually cutting edge at the time. You can see this one as we move over towards the wheels. You've got the brake ducts here, but we can see this one actually was used last out in the wet. In fact, it was used here at Silverstone, demonstrating at the Classic Festival here at Silverstone. It was pretty wet, so we've got the tape covering the brake ducts, so we try and keep the heat in the brakes as much as we can. Very, very simple wishbone suspension. The thing I do notice, if I just get the camera right down here, you can actually see the brake lines are external to the wishbone, just taped, just tied onto the side of the wishbone just there. Pushrod simple suspension, steering arm there, relatively straightforward. This car itself was raced by French driver Laurent Aiello. Some of you may know he went on to a very, very successful touring car career once he stopped racing single-seaters. Carbon fibre tub, however, you have got rollover hoop bolted on separately, again quite different to the type of cars we see today. Very, very simple cockpit. You can see the carbon fibre on there. Chassis plate in here indicating this is chassis number 12 of these Reynards that was built. If I get the camera right the way down here, split half steering wheel. As you can see, the top half is disappeared there, so drivers can actually see the instrumentation across the top there. Nice clear rev counter. Very, very simplistic steering wheel in comparison to what we see in things like Formula 1 and even Formula 2 today. Manual gearbox, as you can see there, relatively straightforward. I do love being able to get this close to these cars and inside them. Airbox at the top here, as you can see. I've got the electricity cut off and the fire extinguisher cut-offs just on the side, just here. Relatively low sides to the cockpit here. The fact that these cars were, made very much similar to Formula 1 at the time, and we hadn't got into the realms of head restraints and things like that, so very low cockpit sides. Now, as I move away back towards the back of the car, you can see engine cover, nice and simple here. Again, tape on the brake ducts. A little bit more complex system at the back. Your anti-roll bars and suspension there again, exposed brake lines. This one has got an engine in it. In period, it raced with the Mugen engine. During this season, people chose either the Mugen engine or the Cosworth engine. This one now has a Cosworth in it for demonstration. The other thing I'm just going to point out, I just had a good look at the day. I'll get the camera right in here, you can see where the exhaust funnels here underneath the diffuser. I'm hoping the camera's going to pick this up. As I get right underneath the diffuser here, you can see the exhaust outlet underneath. I hope that's coming out there. You can just about see just down here, you've got the exhaust outlet under the diffuser. Again, really developing with aerodynamics at this period in time. Like what's happening in Formula 1, you've got the triple plane rear wing there. Again, relatively simple. Minor adjustments can be made to the different planes depending on what you need for different circuits. I love the simple lines of this car. Also the Marlboro livery. This was an original livery that the car raced in back in 1992. But it is an absolutely gorgeous car. Love the simplicity of it. And hope you've enjoyed having a bit of wander around the Formula 3000 Reynard 92D.